Welcome to Med Break, where I tube feed you information about medical education, but really about seeking the sense of fulfillment in anything that you do during your break. I'm Dr. Sam, a resident physician. Grab your snack and let's get started. For the very first episode, I'll be talking about why you should not become a doctor. I'll try to convince you to not go into the medical field. What a great start to this channel, right? And the timing is just perfect because the application season just started. I mean, please watch the video, but a little bit too late for you. I'm actually addressing the millions of people who wonder if they should become doctors. Stereotypically, the Asians, the Indians, sons and daughters of doctors, and a bunch of other people who ask themselves, should I become a doctor? They may have come to the conclusion from process of elimination, my personal favorite reason for becoming a doctor. I don't know what to do with my life. Oh, I'll take care of people and be responsible for their lives during the most vulnerable times. I'll make this easy for you. The answer is no. Just don't do it. Regardless of who you are, this may not be the first time hearing that you shouldn't become a doctor. Even from doctor, when I was shadowing some physicians, some of them told me not to do it. The usual line of reasoning is the long, hard training process that comes with massive opportunity costs. But you make a lot of money at the end, but at what cost? At minimum, you'll have to spend, after high school graduation, 4 years in undergrad, 4 years during medical school, and then another 3 to 7 years for residency, plus and minus fellowship after that, before you become a full-fledged independent doctor, what we call attendings. That is about 11 to 15 years after high school graduation. It'll eat up all of your 20s and then maybe even into your 30s. A lot of stuff happened in your 20s and 30s. Probably one of the best periods in your entire life. If you're just starting off college, that's like the time period from your earliest memory until now, and then just repeat that one more time. That's when you'll become a full-fledged doctor. And this is if you don't take any gap years. I took 1 year gaps 3 times, all for good reasons, but I just have to wait that much longer to be my own independent doctor. What I want to do in this video is break down in each stage what you'll be missing out on and the things that you will be complaining about if you choose to go down this difficult path. Now, there may be some of you already in medicine who might slowly be getting angry at me because I'm about to crap all over our field. I'm not this jaded doctor who thinks medicine is pointless and that we're all doomed, the healthcare system is doomed. I actually have a point at the end. I love medicine. I love what I'm doing. I promise there is a deeper message at the end. So please continue to watch. So I finished recording everything and it turns out this is way too long to include in just one video. You guys will be bored out of your minds. As you've already seen, I'll split this into 3 videos where in part 3, I'll include the meaning behind all this. So please watch for part 2 and part 3 after you watch this video. Let's talk about your undergraduate years, where you'll announce yourself as being pre-med. You're at the campus, you're excited, but guess what? You're already late. What have you been doing since your high school graduation? The medical school application actually allows you to include things from that summer between your high school and your college. I hope you didn't spend it playing video games or traveling because that's not going to get you into med school. Right off the bat, you'll be looking for academic excellence. 4.0, every class. You want your GPA to be as close as 4.0 and it'll be a constant source of stress throughout your entire 4 years. And then you'll be competing against the most zealous super geniuses that you have seen in your life. You know, the annoying ones who are hardworking but also is very smart at the same time. They're probably not that good looking because life is fair. Not only will you be focused on your academics, you have to do some other things that pre-meds tend to do, like research, volunteering, shadowing, and other healthcare related experiences. And all of these take time and effort to secure. You will spend an immense amount of time in the library. You'll spend countless hours in the library on Friday nights when your friends might be going out to party or rushing for frats and sororities, or just hanging out without you. And they will let you know because maybe they do miss you and they invite you out. But, you know, in the back of my mind, you are hanging out too with your pre-med friends in the library. Weekends will be spent on volunteering or during research. I did volunteering in the morning and then went to my lab to do research afterwards, on top of studying to ace your classes. If you partake in religious activities, then add that to the mix, or God forbid you have a job, then you have to go off to do those things too. Speaking of research, it's not just putting in the time, pipetting, or doing some chart work or programming. You actually want to get stuff out of it, like an abstract or publication, maybe go to a conference or two, and that takes much more thinking and planning and effort than just putting in the time. If you work with something that's living, like a cell, then your entire schedule will revolve around keeping that thing alive. It's like having a very boring pet. Maybe you'll have joined other student groups because it comes with being part of a college life, which takes more time away from studying. Maybe you even started a group yourself. You're probably the type to want to become an exec member as soon as possible, which brings in even more responsibilities. Remember, don't forget to keep up on your hobbies because medical schools like to see that you have a life outside of academics. Let's take a quick break and review a snack. So I've been obsessed over this Oh My S'more. I noticed it in Costco about 2 months ago, and maybe that's when they started carrying him. I usually don't like these bark type of treats, but this has been pretty good. It has these little marshmallow pieces in there and graham cracker all coated with chocolate. Maybe I'm just being nostalgic over the days when I was in Boy Scouts and I went camping with my buddies. This whole bag is around 2,000 calories, and if I were just studying and eating mindlessly, I could probably just finish the whole thing and feel very sick afterwards. So next time you're at Costco, pick up one of these and see if you like them too. Please leave in the comments below what's your favorite study snack, and let's spread those ideas around. And again, the reason why I'm doing this is maybe a snack company or food company will sponsor me and I'll be able to review their products. This is all to just pay off my student loans. All right, back to the video. When you're finally selecting a major, you may feel limited because a lot of these majors line up with the pre-med prerequisites, but maybe you're really interested in pursuing something else while you want to become a doctor. So do you do something that is convenient, or do you do something that you actually are passionate about and don't mind learning more deeply about? When you're picking classes, you'll always debate whether to go for that easy A or take something that's really truly interesting to you that you may never have another chance to learn more about. And we haven't even begun talking about the MCAT, the Medical College Admission Test. It is a grueling 7 hours and 30-minute test. When do you study for this? When you're doing everything else that I talked about already. I took it 3 times, and that's back when it was only 4 hours long. All of my spring break and winter breaks were spent on studying for the MCAT, and guess what? My score did not change one bit. The reason why GPA and the MCAT score is very important is because it's really hard to make up for a subpar score, and it'll be this way for a very long time. Speaking of breaks, let's talk about summer breaks. As a pre-med, summer breaks are the prime time to build your medical school application, usually by doing some sort of a research activity or going overseas and doing something medically related. Something that's not traveling for leisure or spending time with family and friends or dating. You can still probably manage summer flings. And I hope that you are on top of things from the get-go, because let's say you enter this pre-med life later in your college career or even afterwards, that's all the time you'll have to make up, maybe spending 1 or more likely 2 years trying to take all the prerequisite courses so that you can just apply to medical school while working on a full-time job to support yourself. After you have done everything and you're kind of getting in the groove, getting your medical school application ready, preparing for the interviews, going on the interviews, and then playing that waiting game, being on the wait list or rejected if they even get back to you, it's all just so fun. Just don't do it. Just don't worry about this whole thing and do something else. Oh, this is my son when he was 5 months old. And I took this picture because I remember at 5 months old, him telling me that he wants to become a doctor. It made me so proud, I probably teared up or something. Thank you for watching. Remember, this is just me talking. Do whatever you want to do. You'll be fine. I'll upload videos every Sunday or more. As always, ask any questions down below and I'll try to answer it. Your break is over, now go back to studying.
1, 2, 3.